Kick it.
Welcome back. It's been a while since we did a recording. I'm Country Black.
Alabama White.
And we got a few things to talk about today. Matter of fact, glad to hear from the public. I let the public listen to a couple of things they got to talk about. It ain't much, but there's a lot of things on my mind. And the number one topic today is home self-defense. How you feel about that, John?
Something that should be on everybody's radar right now, especially if times was to get more tough than they already are. We don't know where things are going. But Country Black here was telling me a story that he finds interesting, a story from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So this is an elderly man. He wasn't really elderly, but he was old. He's probably in his 70s.
He having a spring chicken.
Yeah,
that's why he did what he did.
He did what he did.
Yeah.
Because he had that. What's one friend called? You had that percentile now that you need to do better in taking care of yourself and protecting yourself. Well, anyway, this elderly man, 70 years old, tough old bird, had three black guys, break into his house, and they was kicking his door in. And finally they kicked the door open.
Looking for some Kool-Aid.
Looking like Kool-Aid, maybe could have been sugar or grape. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. But anyway, it went real bad. So once they invaded the door, broke the door down, the old man let loose. He let loose, hit all three of them. One of them died in the front yard. The other two made it to the hospital, and then they died. And today they just caught the getaway driver. She turned herself in, and she's now facing federal manslaughter charges. Crazy, right? But the kicker to this what bothers me is the parents of these kids. I think one of them 13, 14, of them like 17 or 18 in that range, which they should have been at home instead of running around doing bad, terrible shit. They could still be alive right now if it was the parents. And I'm going to push it. It's the parents' fault for having your kids run around and probably no discipline. They probably never had their ass whooped. Probably no father figure in their life. Ain't no telling. But they shouldn't have been trying to kick in an old man's door.
Very bad decision.
Very bad. And now they're resting and eating dirt worms.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
They in a morgue right now.
Yeah, but the other side of this too. Now the parents of these kids. I think two of them was brothers. One of them was a friend. I'm not really sure. I'll try to get my facts straight. But anyway, now they want to press charges. They want charges brought up against this elderly man for defending himself. Isn't that crazy?
Got the right to defend your property.
That is crazy. That's the most crazy, outrageous thing I ever heard in my life.
Especially if they breaking and entering, because you don't know. What if they would have killed him and they would have gotten away with $500 or something? It'd just been like, old man died, three people on the loose.
There's been stories like that where a woman, she's somewhere up north, that she's getting a tree cut down in her yard. So you know how they got the helpers and stuff like that. I'm gonna get back on Oklahoma. I just want to do a quick thing here, but she's getting a tree removed from her property. Well, she had helpers and stuff like that, but one of them was peeping her out. And he came back the next following day, broke into that lady's house and killed her.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, killed her.
Get no sense in that.
Yep.
Just no sense in it. But that's the reality that we live in. We need harsh punishment in this country.
If it left for me harsh punishment, and I'll tell you right now, my harsh punishment is brutal. And the simple fact is this is how simple things can change and the way the society can change. If you take a life, you got 30 days. Once you are found guilty of all charges, you got 30 days, and then your ass is sentenced to death too.
Here's something. They just had that guy's sort of related. That guy who's Appalachian High School or something last year, that kid.
Yeah.
Killed 3 people where they got his dad like on accessory manslaughter because he bought the weapon.
He bought the weapon, yeah.
Now, how about these kids that break it in? Maybe they didn't have a weapon, but I tell you what, this would help turn things around in this country. You got a stupid kid and just doing something stupid like that, okay? Breaking into people's houses. why not start charging the parents? You know, if they get caught, even if they get killed, start charging. I don't care if it's like $250 a month for sale. In other words, making them start paying. Hey, he broke into your house. And he broke a window and they stole $1,000. We got them caught. They're in jail. But no, how about the sorry parents that aren't helping putting an end to this stuff? Why not start charging? Here's a $10,000 for y'all. Pay it however you pay it. $100 a month, whatever.
That will hurt their pockets.
They'll start thinking, better not go out here and do something stupid. I can't afford for you to get some ticket. Why don't we do that? Why not? That's not a bad idea.
No, it's not a lot of things. Not a bad idea.
You know, I mean,
I say even Canaan.
Yeah.
He get caught stealing. Hey, 10 lashes with bamboo. Let me do the swinging.
Man, right there on the town square.
Right there on the town. Right there, high noon, 12 o'clock in Marietta Square.
Man, but no matter where you're, even in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yeah, it doesn't matter
somewhere where it's
anywhere.
going to be, man. Imagine that, huh? You could sit there and sell a hot dog and a Coke, charge admission. People be like, bust his ass.
Bust his ass.
Hit him again.
Whap. Fresh green, not the dry bamboo. I want a fresh green piece
That'd be
of
cheap
bamboo.
entertainment for $1 right there.
Hell yeah, I'll pay it. Shit. I'll be there every week.
Talking about, hey man, you going over there? We going to the local ass beating contest?
Yeah.
Just start touring town to town.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all whoop ass in y'all's town. We use bamboo.
We use bamboo.
Talking about that, they use the old 2x4.
Yeah. God damn. Is that tree the 2x4?
Teachers start coming out of retirement with their paddles and everything, you know. Hell yeah.
But crime, it's the way crime is, and things will change. Things will change, and it'll change quick. It's like a person would think, like, if I go out here and rob this motherfucker, and I shoot him, he die, I'm dead in 30 days.
That, and then my parents would be,
Yeah,
depending on the age and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, well, if they not 18, then so the parents still gonna get charged.
Yeah.
I'll charge the parents.
That's what we need to do. I mean, I'm not out here breaking. My worst crime I do, if I might not stop totally at an intersection.
Yeah, well,
You know, I mean, you roll through it or something like that.
yeah, I did a couple rolling stops. You know,
I do it all the
sometimes
time.
I'll circle around the lights and stuff like that, and kind of.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as breaking and entering and stealing and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that,
not gonna, cause I don't want to, cause you never know behind that door. Door number 1. Oh, 12 gauge
12
Mossberg.
gauge. Uh-oh.
12 gauge Mossberg.
Door number 2, please.
Door number 2. Oh, AR-15.
Worse. We're depending. Door number 3. This is an old-fashioned pump 22.
Yeah.
Still something to be concerned about.
That's right.
When it's 10 feet away, you hear click, click,
Yeah.
click, click.
You know, I sold a lot of people on buying shotguns some years ago. Because it's like, what should I get for home defense? I said, ain't nothing like a 12 gauge.
Get your 12 gauge.
Get you a 12 gauge. It's
There's
like
only one weapon
a
you
lot
can
of people
afford.
say, I don't understand. What do you mean get a 12 gauge? I said, let me show you something. I'm gonna go out to my truck and get mine. And it's like this here. When you walk through, now I want you and your wife, y'all stand outside your door there, okay? Now when I say come in, y'all come in, okay? He said, you ain't gonna shoot us, all right? No, I just want to demonstrate that what you're gonna hear, okay? So when they did it, I went and I racked that Mossberg. He was like, okay. His wife's like, I understand now. Because they hear that, it's like,
Intimidating
that's
sound.
goddamn, that's
Right.
death.
It's like that was that movie years ago, Unforgiven, I think it was, with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I like
He's
that.
old.
That was a pretty good movie.
He tries to shoot a target and he misses, gets a rifle and misses, walks inside, gets a double barrel. Come out.
Come out. Boom.
He's like, I'm sticking with this.
It wasn't me. Plain and simple.
We talked about that before. Get you some buckshot, get you some bird shot, get you a slug. I mean, dude, if that's all you can afford, go get you a cheap $300 pump. That's all you got? Hey,
I
better
know,
than daggone
I know
nothing.
places they selling them all day long. Some of them they sell them for $200.
Yeah, if you can go to a pawn shop and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, pawn shops had great deals.
Yep, yes they do.
I love pawn shops. They're nice, real nice. But ain't nothing like a 12 gauge. If you don't have to even get a 12 gauge, you get you a 20 gauge. Some of these them him. But it will do the job.
I wonder what that guy was used out in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
I've been there.
In the Tulsa.
I've been there when I drove, yeah.
Really?
That's why when you said Broken Arrow, I said Oklahoma. I knew, yeah.
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 But now we got 3 dead and parents crying and grieving.
Sound like what was when somebody does something stupid like that and they're talking about what's his name? Oh hell, not the philosopher, but the the survival of the fittest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of that man's name right now, but not Murphy's Law. But anyway, they made a dumb decision. It sounds like that's just the world's way of letting the world correct itself.
Eye for an eye, 2 for a 2.
Eye, 2 for 2. But in other words, you're stupid.
Stupid.
You pay for it. This time, buddy, you pay with your life.
You
I
know,
don't know what to tell you.
They were very careless and reckless because that never came across somebody in the age of 30s or 40s, or then again, never know these days. But teens, these teens these days, you guys are idiots.
You're idiots. Bendejo.
Yeah, you're idiots and a bunch of dumbasses, and you deserve what you get.
Deserve what you get on that. You deserve to, you break into someone's house. You have to say you deserve death. You got no good intention if you break into someone's house.
Yeah, none whatsoever. You like breaking in trying to. They had a house fire or something. You trying to break in to save them.
That's one
you
thing.
breaking in and causing chaos and mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
And the old man let go. I was like, know what caliber he shot him.
I know that.
I'm still curious about that.
Yeah. Well, they made it out the front door.
Yeah,
so.
one of them made it out to the yard and died, and then the other 2 got to the hospital and they passed away too.
Probably shot him with a small. We have to look into that and do another thing. Small caliber handgun. It'd be funny if I used 12 gauge pump. One bled out and they couldn't. I got him good right in the stomach. The other 2 bled out at the hospital. He was missing hands. They were easy to find.
Yeah, you get fuck. Yeah, you
They
get
like
severed.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, you get fucking severed with a 12 gauge. Yeah, you ain't gonna make. Cause a lot of people don't know to tie it off. They probably wrap it up, but they won't know how to tie it off.
All right.
Yeah, that's how they fucking. Oh, I'm just gonna wrap it up and try to make it to the hospital.
Squirt.
Be pissing. Be pissing.
I'm feeling cold.
Yeah, I'm getting lightheaded.
And lightheaded.
All of a sudden, you see all the lights on, you smack the ground. Whap! And it's over with.
Is that my granddad?
Well,
all right.
I give it to the old man. I'm proud of him because he's still alive right now. But the parents, they grieving, they're upset and pissed off. Talking about the old man should be brought on charges and stuff like that.
Probably get the ACLU in
Yeah,
there.
whatever, the NWA, PPPs, and all
Especially
that.
if they're going to try to bring color involved. Maybe they will.
They
Maybe
can
they
they
won't.
can do all they want. You're right. They can try to do all that, but that's totally self-defense.
Hell, the governor ought to give him a Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Encourage that stuff. I remember one time, I think it was in Florida during the hurricanes or something. One of the sheriffs in one of the counties was like, "Hey, if you're armed, be prepared."
I can't think of one of the sheriff's name, but he wear glasses. I can't think his name, but he's pushing on that too. Like, sick of this shit.
Yeah, talking about, you think you're going to be taking advantage of the citizenry here in this county or whatever in Florida? We're armed and you are prepared, authorized to use it. So people come in and steal and whatnot. All right, 1302. Oh, I don't know if we said anything. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. This is our first episode without a humming noise.
Yeah. Get Clorox right and clean that shit up.
It's taken us well over 6 months to get this figured out, but old P-Dog here, he put his mind to it. Country Black.
It sounds good.
Went all around the room, unplugged like 7 different things where we finally found it.
Yeah. The frequency travels. So I was like, something, let me unplug the main source. And boom, baby, back in business.
Back in.
Got new mics.
New mics.
New mics, everything sounding good. Picture quality.
We're back to where we were 6
Yeah,
months ago.
6 months, starting all over again. This is bullshit.
All right, people, like and subscribe to Southern
Like,
Preppers.
subscribe to Southern Preppers.
Prepping the South Show. We out.
Out. Peace.